Welcome to day 156 of 66 and 26. We're back in the Old Testament book of 1 Kings. Remember that last week, as we began 1 Kings, we saw the death of King David, and now his son Solomon, after a little bit of resistance, has become king of Israel. And what we're reading today, 1 Kings chapters 3 to 7, really represents the golden age of Israel. Everything is prosperous. We're told in 1 Kings chapter 4 that every man had his own vine and fig tree, which is a way of saying that everyone was enjoying the prosperity of the land. Just before that, Solomon's daily provision for Solomon and his family and all of his high officials and his administration, daily provision was 10 head of stall-fed cattle, 20 of pasture-fed cattle, 100 sheep and goats, plus all the deer, gazelles, roebucks, and choice fowl, plus all the flour and grains that were used for making breads, and it was an extensive amount of food. We're told that Solomon and as king over Israel, Solomon's reign, Israel extended from the Euphrates River to the northeast, all the way down to the border with Egypt in the Sinai Peninsula, from Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea. It was much more than what is present-day Israel, or what was during the time of David. He extended the borders, and it was as good a time as there ever was in Israel. And then Solomon builds the temple. God had promised to David that his son would build the house for the Lord. And that is the house that is known as the temple in Jerusalem. A temple that would stand for almost 375 years before it was destroyed by the Babylonians, when the Babylonians came and destroyed the kingdom of Judah later. But this temple is built by Solomon in Jerusalem with really beautiful materials, cedars from Tyre, which is north of Israel in the area of what is now Lebanon, what are known as the cedars of Lebanon. So great towering trees that were beautiful woods that were used for the temple, and all the gold and silver in order to build and then to wrap some of the wood carvings and posts for the temple. It was as beautiful and ornate a building as anyone alive would ever see. And it took 7 or 7.5 years for Solomon and his craftsmen to build that temple. And then we're told that Solomon then took 13 years, twice that long, to build his own palace, because it was so extensive and elaborate in its construction as well. And even though we're going to find in the weeks to come the devastation that comes because of Solomon's sin, taking hundreds of wives, usually those were association or alliance marriages between daughters of kings and that kind of thing. So there could be military or political alliances with other kingdoms, other nations. Solomon took on many, many wives, and those wives influenced his religion. And so he, in many ways, turned away from the Lord, and that was devastating for Israel as he led the people into apostasy and into idolatry. And we'll see that very shortly after Solomon's death, the kingdom will split, and it'll be a very difficult time for the people of Israel. It splits into Israel and Judah. But for now, we see the beautiful days, the golden years of Israel under King Solomon.